Let f be a continuous function with the limit as x approaches negative infinity, f of x equal negative 5, and limit as x approaches positive infinity, f of x equals 5, whose selected values, signs, and derivatives are given in the table below. Okay, so when I look at this, the first thing I see is in the directions, it tells us these limits up here. Well, that's telling me that I have a horizontal asymptote at negative 5 and also at positive 5 because it's telling us as x approaches negative infinity or positive infinity, I get those values. So I'm going to put those into the graph. The next thing I see at f of x that I have some points on here. So at x equal negative 3, I have a 0. So I'm going to plot that. At x equals 0, I have the y-intercept of 3, so I'm going to plot that. And at x equals 3, I have another x-intercept of 0. All right, so let's start left to right. And when x is less than negative 3, it says that our function is negative. So that means our function itself has to be below the x-axis. F prime is positive, which means the piece of the graph there has to be increasing. And f double prime is also positive, so the graph would have to be concave up. So that would give us this shape here. It is approaching the horizontal asymptote, and it's working our way up to negative 3, 0. For the next part, let's look at x equal negative 3. We have the 0 there, and it tells us f prime's undefined and f double prime's undefined. Well, that means that I cannot have a derivative at that point. So we can see from negative 3 to 0, f of x is positive, so that means I'm going to be above the x-axis. F prime is positive, so that means I'm going to be an increasing function. And now f double prime is negative, so I'm going to be concave down. So when I put that piece of the graph in there, we can see we're going to have a vertical tangent at negative 3, which would satisfy what's happening at the point x equal negative 3. All right, so at x equals 0, I can see that f prime is equal to 0, so I'm going to have a local, in this case here, it's going to be a local maximum. So from 0 to 3, f of x is positive, so that means we're above the x-axis. F prime is negative, so that means my graph has to be decreasing in that interval. And f double prime is negative, which means that I'm going to be concave down. So I would draw that piece in. And then in the final step here, when we go from x greater than 3, we can see at x equal 3, again, we have undefined first and second derivative. So that means we're either going to have a vertical tangent, we're going to have a cusp, we're going to have a vertical asymptote. In this case here, f is positive, so we're above the x-axis. F prime is positive, so we're increasing. And f double prime is negative, so we are concave down. So I'm going to draw that piece in, and we can see we're approaching the horizontal asymptote at y equal 5. Okay, that was a little practice with curve sketching. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.